Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina and I'm a fashion reseller on the POSHMARK app. You can find me on Instagram at little.black.hanger. You can also find me on POSHMARK at littleblackhanger without the vowels. Today we're going to do another You Might Be a Reseller If video. This is part 2. You guys really enjoyed part 1 and I got an overwhelming amount of comments on my post on Instagram where I asked you to complete this sentence, you might be a reseller if, and you guys' responses are just so funny, so I thought I would do a part 2 because, you know, I need a good laugh. Joe and I are flying to Philadelphia tomorrow to go spend Christmas with his family, and your girl gets travel anxiety. Your girl hates airplanes. I am not about being 30,000, however many feet in the air. I'm not about that. I'm not about somebody else having control of my life. I'm just not about any of it. I hate it. So I'm just trying to keep my mind off being anxious about flying tomorrow, truthfully, and I just need to laugh. So just let me be selfish. So yeah, I'm in Christmas pajamas and a t-shirt because I can't be bothered today. You know, I just really can't. So you're just gonna get real life Christina. I will be putting out videos next week. I have 2 videos pre-filmed for next Tuesday and Friday, so have no fear. You will still get videos from me even though I will be on vacation. Speaking of vacation, I will be putting my closet on vacation mode for the first few days, just because I don't want my shipping time to be that affected. I feel like a week is a long time. So I will be putting my closet on vacation mode for probably through Christmas, maybe even the day after Christmas, and then I will be back, not really in full force. But we come back on the 29th, so I'll be back full force after that. Anyways, that was a lot of things that you didn't ask for, but you got it anyways, so welcome to my channel. Alright, so I'm going to be reading you guys' comments and laughing. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your alcohol if it's nighttime or daytime. There's no judgment here. You do whatever you want. I don't care. All right, let's get laughing, shall we? All right, so I'm going to be popping these on the screen as I go because I'm not going to be reading the usernames out loud because that would just be a lot. There's a lot of comments, so we just going to get through them. I'm going to put them on the screen. Anyways, and these are in no particular order, so don't come at me. All right, so let's get started. First one is, you might be a reseller if you forget that people will think it's weird that you have a mannequin in your dining room. Oh, other people don't have mannequins in their dining room? That's strange. Sorry, I haven't left the house in 2 weeks. I get that. I get that. Do you talk to your mannequin as well? You might be a reseller if you're buying something for you and then you end up listing it and you say to yourself, okay, if it doesn't sell in 2 weeks, I'm keeping it. Guilty. Guilty. I do that all the time. All the time. You might be a reseller if only 10% of the clothes in your house belong to someone. Truth thesis. You might be a reseller if you know the local thrift store workers by first name. Yeah, I got a couple friends at the Goodwill. You might be a reseller if all your closets are full, but only 1% of the clothes in them are yours. I like that. It's funny. You might be a reseller if you check the light outside to see if it's a good photography day. Yes. Always. You always gotta check your lighting situation. You might be a reseller if you're that friend that asks all their girlfriends if they have any clothes to get rid of. Yes, all of my friends know. You better not. I better not catch you going to a Goodwill with your clothing before you've come to me and let me go through it. You better not. You might be a reseller if you dumpster dive or pick things up off the side of the road to resell. I have not dumpster dove. Maybe I should. Am I missing something? A whole new world, but I do pick things off the side of the road. not really to resell because I don't really sell like hard goods, although I did find a pair of Under Armour shoes when my old neighbors were moving out of their house. They just put like a brand new pair of sneakers out on the curb, and I was like, yes, please, thank you. You might be a reseller if you shed a tear of joy when you splurge on a Dymo label printer. Yes, queen. Them thermal printers will save you a freaking life. No more cutting out paper labels and taping it. It's just a hassle. Yes, save yourself the time and get yourself a thermal printer. All right, you might be a reseller if you cringe when your peers discuss how they pay full price retail. Yeah, I'm like, what? Like, how? I'm struggling to like pay $5 for something at the thrift store, you know? Like, I'm like, $5 is a lot. And, you know, my friends will be like, oh, this shirt was $68. And I'm like, where? Like, I could have bought 68 cheeseburgers with that money. Are you kidding me? You might be a reseller if you can look at people's clothes and know what brand, what they retail for, and current resale value for them, even before you even say, hi, I totally botched that one, but I understand. Yes. Yes, like you've already like completely sold their outfit in your mind before you even have met them. You might be a reseller if your Christmas list reads Dymo 4XL, poly mailers, storage totes, and tape. That seems to be a running theme. Like everybody's asking for these things for Christmas. I should have done that. I just went out and bought it myself. Like I really should have asked for it for Christmas. I didn't even think of that. You guys are geniuses. You might be a reseller if you price the person's outfit that's standing in front of you at checkout anywhere. I like that you specified anywhere. You might be a reseller if you have a Goodwill gift card on your Christmas wish list. Yes, I have that on my Christmas wish list. You might be a reseller if you own over 30 plastic tubs. I will say that that's the queen of thrift, and if you guys watch her or follow her on YouTube and Instagram, you see like in her living room she's got all of her plastic tubs back there with all of her stuff in it. I don't know how she does it. She's killing it in that little apartment of hers. You might be a reseller if you cringe when you have to pay retail. Yes, like it breaks my heart. Anytime I like pay retail for something, I'm like, a little piece of my soul dies. You might be a reseller if your Christmas wish list includes a lighting kit. Ooh, that's a good thing to ask for. Y'all are really like good at asking for things for Christmas because I am not. You might be a reseller if, oh, that's not, Amber Resell says, I love this idea. Can't wait to watch the video when I get home. Thanks, babe. Be a reseller if you have on more than one occasion got overly joyed at a poof tag, mistaking it for Free People. Relatable. Hashtag relatable. That poof tag be getting me every time. I'm like, yes, Free People, and then I'm like, it's poof. It's poof! And I just want to like throw it, truthfully. You might be a reseller if you have hoarded the non-matched shoes at the bins in your buggy, hoping to score the other one. Yeah, like you just holding on to that Ugg boot for dear life. Like, Lord, please let me find the other boot. A reseller if you and your husband spot brands on people in Whole Foods. Check that Tory Burch mini flat and their long champ. Couple goals. Joe, we'll be watching like New Girl, and I'll be like, oh, that's Lululemon, and Joe will be like, oh, that's Lululemon. Like he gets, I don't know if he's making fun of me or if he's actually excited about it. Probably making fun of me. You might be a reseller if you scored a sweet steamer at a consignment shop. Ooh, girl, that's a good find. Good for you. You might be a reseller if you resell so you can stay at home with your dog all day. Me. I just want to be at home in my Christmas pajamas, drinking my iced coffee with my dog, wherever he is. I don't even know where he is right now. Sleeping, probably. All right, you might be a reseller if at least a group of family members don't actually think you have a job because they don't understand e-commerce. Yes, queen. It is a real job. Thank you, Aunt Linda. I don't have an Aunt Linda. That just like popped into my head. You might be a reseller if you have upped your fashion game by knowing brands and you never pay retail. Me. Like I have definitely stepped it up when it comes to like brands in my own wardrobe. Just because like obviously I never, like I'm not well off. Like I didn't grow up well off. Grew up in a trailer park in the hills of Georgia. And I'm not, you know, I'm not rich now by any means. So yeah, I've never been able to afford these brands, and now I find them all the time at the thrift store, and I never knew that you could find them at the thrift store. So now I'm like, ooh, your girl got Lululemon. You might be a reseller if you were hoping that Goodwill was running a Black Friday sale and you only would have shopped there. Me, when I found out that my Goodwill wasn't having a Black Friday sale, I was like, I'm not going shopping. That's the only place that I would want to go is Goodwill. You might be a reseller if you leave the house for hours and your husband already knows where you've been. Anytime I leave the house, Joe's like, he knows. I'm either at Dunkin' Donuts, I'm at Target, I'm at the post office, or I'm at Goodwill. Most likely I'm at Goodwill. You might be a reseller if your kid's closet is now your closet because your closet is a reselling closet. We got a lot of closet takeovers over here. I love it. You might be a reseller if your kids scream, "Mom, no," as soon as they realize we are parking at Goodwill. Me as a mother, just like torturing my children at the thrift store on a daily basis. You might be a reseller if you're thinking about how much money you can make off each treasure you come across. Always thinking about them dollar bills, y'all. You might be a reseller if your spare bedroom looks like a Goodwill. Yes, I don't have a spare bedroom, so like my dining room just is my office. But if I had a spare bedroom, it would probably be a disaster. So I'm actually kind of glad that my office is out in the open because that forces me to be clean. It's still not like immaculate by any means. There's still like piles of things, but you know, if I had my own spare room where I could close the door, it would be a wreck, queen. A wreck. The train wreck of the century. You might be a reseller if you can gauge with one hand how much an item weighs and calculate the per pound bin cost. I love that. It's a science. It's a science. You're like, okay, this top is probably like 0.8 ounces. I love that. You might be a reseller if you order something for yourself and you start checking out the packing material. Yes, queen. I save bubble wrap, tissue paper, just like packing paper. Anything that I can save, I save, and we reuse in this household. You might be a reseller if you lose all your cute selfies in your album because your phone is filled with pictures of clothes. Me, I have like hundreds of photos of clothes that I just like, it's all listed. I just need to delete it. And I'm like, where's that picture I took for Instagram last week? And it's just like buried. It's gone. It's freaking gone. Although I will say, if you have the iPhone, it has like, if you go to your photos and you scroll down, there's like a little place where it's like an album of selfies. So that's a little hack for you to find your selfies in a hurry. Heartland Art said, "This is the best. This should be presented at POSHFest next year. Thanks for the laughs. Good luck in your new house. Love your videos." Thank you. I would love to do this at POSHFest. I think it would be so funny. Like I feel like everyone would get a kick out of it. All right, you might be a reseller if your family keeps bringing you things in the thrift store and asking you if it's a good brand to resell. That was my sister when we went on our little like thrifting road trip. She kept like bringing me stuff and was like, how's it? What is this? How is this? You know, she got really excited about it. You might be a reseller if you creep on the younger people in Goodwill to see what brands they're buying. Me. Or if I see like a young person go in the dressing room, I always like lurk outside like the rack at the dressing room and wait to see if they like put anything back. Because usually like they'll put it back if it doesn't fit them because they're not trying to resell it, they're just trying to wear it, you know? So I know it's gonna be like a trendy piece, so if anything doesn't fit them, then like that's another little hack right there. Check the rack outside the dressing room because that's usually, I find a lot of good stuff on that rack. You might be a reseller if you decide to sell something you bought for yourself just because you know you can make a bunch of money on it. I do that sometimes, but I'm really bad at keeping things as well. So you have a lot more self-control than me. You might be a reseller if you are near a thrift store and think, I'll just go in for a minute and come out 3 hours later with 5 giant bags of stuff. That's me every time. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna look at like 2 racks, or I'm just gonna do like a quick scan, and then it's like 4 hours later, it's now dark outside, and I've spent all my life savings. You might be a reseller if you only buy clothes for yourself if you know you can sell them for the same or more than you paid. Hashtag guilty as charged. Same. You might be a reseller if you're excited for Christmas, not only for presents, but to get free tissue paper. Didn't even think about that. That's genius. Yes, queen. And even, ooh, I mean, it might be kind of tacky, but like to save the wrapping paper and you could reuse it as like box fill. You know, we love a recycling queen, although it may look a little tacky, so I'm on the fence about that idea. Let me know your opinions. You might be a reseller if you look like every day. Me. You might be a reseller if the only person you physically see and talk to on a regular basis is your postal carrier. Yeah, if I didn't have Joe or like my roommate, I would not see anyone. You might be a reseller if you start having withdrawals when you haven't went thrifting in 3 days. Me. I'm like, I have a death pile the size of Mount Everest, but I haven't been thrifting in 4 days, so I need to go now. Even though I should be at home listing things that I already have. Why am I like this? You might be a reseller if your toddler starts taking flat lay photos of their clothes on their iPad. Check my recent post for proof. I am going to your page right now. Right freaking now. We're looking at this right now. Live, prime time. Let's see. That is so funny. And can she come take my photos, please? Let's see, who does that come from? Allie Dawn Shops. There we go. Let's see. Let's follow back. This was a while. Oh, I'm gonna put the picture on the screen because this is just so cute. Oh my gosh. It says, I think she's learned a few things. I caught this cutie taking flat lay photos complete with panties and socks for a complete look, working from home like a champ in her PJs. My ovaries are screaming right now. That is the cutest thing I have ever seen in my whole freaking life. All right, so this is the last one, and it says that you might be a reseller if people give you their old clothes knowing you're going to have them listed on Poshmark. You get real excited about free inventory. Yes, we all love some free inventory. That's another tip. If you're not asking your friends for their old clothes, what are you doing with your life? Just tell them. Like, they're already gonna donate their clothes anyway, so they might as well just like, you know, give it to you first, and then you can take it to Goodwill. And then they don't have to take it to Goodwill. And then you get to see your friend. So like everyone wins, you know? I hope you guys had some hashtag relatable moments. Thank you all for your comments and for laughing along with me, making me laugh, laughing with me, making each other laugh, seeing the little discussions on the post on Instagram was so cool, and I loved doing this little mini series for you guys. Maybe we can do another one in the future. It's really fun, and it's nice to know that you're not the only one. We are all going through the same stuff. We're all in the same boat. It's always fun to laugh through whatever you're going through. So laughter is the best medicine for sure. So thank you guys so much for all of the laughs. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up on your way out. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join our little family here. We would love to have you. I put new videos out every Tuesday and Friday, and I will see you guys on Tuesday, which is Christmas. And yes, I am going to put a video out. It is already scheduled. It's going to be a thrift with me, so keep an eye out for that. I will see you guys on Christmas Day. Bye, guys.